Hi everyone, welcome to Apologue. My name is James, and I've always had a high level of respect for photographers, artists, and designers because they're able to see things that a mere mortal like me wouldn't be able to. Today I'm joined by someone who has an eye for design, and on top of that, she's using that gift while striving for sustainability in her designs. From creating a zero-waste, compostable design of sustainable gardens to being a designer at 10 Tree, fresh out of graduation. Join me in welcoming Lisa, who has been designing amazing things her whole life. So thanks for being here.
No, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so tell me about your journey. Tell me about how you got to where you are today.
I was really influenced by my parents to want to go into sciences originally. They're both computer engineers, and so like art was always kind of my side thing. I was kind of like that art kid. Like every Christmas or birthday, I'd always get like art supplies. That was just who I was. But I kind of fell out of that in high school, and I wanted to become like a doctor or like was really interested in nutrition. But then it was like the last minute of applying to schools that I was like, you know what? Like if I don't go into art school, like I wouldn't have the discipline to learn design or art or whatever on my own. And so like without telling my parents, I like applied to Apologue like 3 hours before. Well, I was like applying for it, but I submitted it like 3 hours before it was actually due. And then I think my reaction to receiving acceptance to that versus the other schools that I could have gone to was just way more emotional and exciting. So I was like, I think I need to do that. It was really funny. Like actually, the day I went to see Emily Carr, my mom came to see the building with me before like a trip to Asia right after high school with my friend Calla, who's visiting, and she looked at the building and started crying because she's like, "This is not like this isn't a proper university. It's not like it's like on Granville Island here in Vancouver." Like,
was it with all the
pillars,
yeah,
one of the silos,
yeah.
and it's about like a factory, and like Emily Carr has these two buildings, and we'd gone to see in UBC, and my other option was to go to UBC Sciences, and she's like, "Is it too late to go to UBC? Like, can we change it?" And I was like, "Mom, it's too late. Like, I'm going to Emily Carr." And
yeah, no, I'm just curious. How was the process like? You mentioned you applied without your parents knowing.
yeah.
Are your parents like the typical Asian parents?
Yes.
A doctor?
Yeah, if you want to talk about that, for sure. Like, so yeah, they were not pleased with me going into and really loving and wanting to go into art, because I don't know that, like, I think a lot of creatives can relate with me because it's just historically and in their background, especially Asian background, like artists are poor, like they're poor, they're not successful usually. It's like the 1% are the people who are kind of successful. There's so many stories of like the tortured artist and like Van Gogh, who he didn't sell like any painting in his life, and it was just one, and it was his like brother. And it's only after you die that you're kind of successful because no one else can make what you do. But or nothing more, like everything that you make is like finite. So even growing up, that was like the thing. Like, artists only become famous when you're dead. And I'm like, okay, so that was my like mentality around that. And yeah, so that was, well, I don't know if you relate. But yeah, that was pretty, and they're really traditional in that sense. And so it was a lot of like warming up to them to have them be okay with me doing what I do now. And I think
it takes time for them to understand.
Mm-hmm.
My parents, on the other hand, they were less like that. I know with the issue of mental health, it's so big
Oh, yeah.
that my parents were like, we can just be happy, right? Whatever you want to do. Yeah, but growing up though, my parents were like yeah. And the other side to it too, they're like, we're paying for you and force you to do something
right.
you don't like.
Yeah.
You're gonna quit and waste our money, right?
Yeah.
And Asian parents being
no,
Asian parents.
that's so true. My mom also gave me the thing, like a deal that I can fail 3 times, which is pretty good. Like failing as in like I could not be able to do anything and I can move home 3 times before I have to go back to school and do something that they want me to do.
That's a good deal.
That was my deal. I'm like, that's more than enough. Especially coming from a background where creativity is not really like a very proud thing, like something to be proud of. I think it was like once when I was traveling with my family to to Asia, my parents, like we often do downplay a lot of things, but a problem, like, so my parents never talk, like they don't like to, like that's just culture, not boasting, whatever. But I heard from a friend once that while I was gone from Regina, and other moments, my mom has mentioned, or my parents have mentioned, like, some paintings that I've done. I don't know, even though it's like such a small thing, it's really nice, as sad as that is. Like, I've been really, I think it was like, maybe like in one summer, my friend knows, like, I struggle with that a lot. I was like always trying to do things, always trying to like prove something. She sent me a message. She's like, oh, by the way, your mom had been sending sent a photo of your work in our little WeChat, because in China they use WeChat, our little WeChat circle. I think she's really proud, like she's really happy for what you do, and it is just painting work. It's not even design work. And I like had a little moment of like, oh yeah, which means so much to me, even though I've done like projects that are like huge, like that take way more time. Just like sometimes those little things.
I think Asian parents find it kind of hard to be confrontational on how to do.
Yeah. Do they ever say like, "I love you, son"?
No,
You're like,
not really.
not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same. I think it'll be kind of uncomfortable too.
Yeah, I feel like, what's wrong? What's happening?
Yeah, but like, you can tell that they're super proud and they show it in different ways.
Yeah.
Like, I just recently added my parents on Facebook. Like, really recent, yeah. Because they're all younger, I used to block them.
Yeah.
I just recently added them. And
you have nothing to hide.
And my mom shares every single thing that has me in it.
Aww.
And it can be something super important, and she'll be like, my son, how is okay? And it will be me just like emceeing it.
Yeah.
You mentioned that there are a lot of, especially for creatives, like kind of like that stigma that people think that they might not succeed.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you've gone through a lot of challenges as a designer.
Yeah.
So what are some of the biggest challenges?
I think one thing in that challenge too is that stigma, but also like how people think that design and creative work is so easy. And I think, of course, it's very different from other more science or other kind of routes like that. It's definitely a different way of thinking, but it still requires a lot of energy and like just thinking a different way. And I think the point of it is to make it look easy. Like, say this cup, it is like a simple design, but maybe to get to that point, they have to go through a lot of renditions and a lot of that. But the point of it is that you don't even think about it, and that's, like a graphic design, a logo. It was so simple, but someone had to think of the meaning and all those little. They did the bulk work so that when you see it, you don't think that it doesn't make any time. And that's a big stigma there, and I feel like sometimes I'm always chasing to try and put value into work that should be valued anyways. So, yeah. When I started the interview, I was like, they had an eye for design. I looked at this cup, to fill my coffee. She looked at it. Yeah. This is too great. That's not. It's like, I don't know. Little details.
What would you think, you'd be if you weren't a designer?
I don't know. I think like what's good too is I'm at a point where I think I can't imagine myself doing anything else, but the other routes that I was interested in before, like I said, I was interested in nutrition and science and health in that aspect, but another passion of mine is like mental health. And I think if it is still okay to be related to like the creative side, I would choose like art therapy or like arts, kind of something relating to like creativity and mental health, because I think that's a huge route, and like a lot of creatives statistically show that they're often affected mental health wise.
You mentioned a lot about sustainability, and not a lot of people care much about it.
Right.
Kind of two-part question. Number one, why are you so passionate about sustainability? You're a designer, I know you're passionate about design, but it seems that you want to use design for a purpose, right? You want to make sure your designs are sustainable. Right? I'm just wondering, how can you passionate about sustainability as well, and why do you think it's important for organizations and for designers and whatever organization out there to be sustainable?
Yeah, it's so important, and I think like the world, to me, I think the world doesn't owe us anything, and all that it provides for us, like it's something that we should care for, and it's just like, to me, it's like human responsibility to be here. We should care for the world that we live in and everything that we consume. And so I think even going into this route of like more product, originally going to school, I had asked my friend like, it's so corrupt, does the world need more things? Does the world need another designer? What if being successful as a designer means you have to exploit people, you have to use these products because the world isn't ready or like doesn't want to change? And then a really good friend of mine back home in Saskatchewan was like, well, if you're not part of it, you can't understand it, and if you can't understand it, you can't do anything about it. So that's what really drove me to be part of this. And then my grandmother, she worked at a factory too, and she was like really bad environment, and like she had to sew on buttons on these clothes every single day, and like to the point where like you didn't have time to even go to the washroom. And so through that, I'm like really passionate, like working for a company that cares about where things are made, how it's made, and then also what they're made of. And the company that I work for now has that all, like that's like a huge priority of them. So it's a human right to be able to breathe clean air and to be able to eat food that's grown like healthily, and I think we should all strive for that.
You know, I'm sure you designed a lot of different things in your life, and there are probably too many to count, but what would you say is your proudest moment?
I would say this grad project. I mean, it's obvious, but like we had this huge grad project on my car, and it was about 8 months of work, and that's the project that like got me to go to China for that conference for 5 days. It was a project that like we had this huge show in May, and it was kind of this big thing of like, it was a good project about like, my passion in textiles and sustainability, and having that show, we had to build the whole exhibit, putting it up, printing like the catalog for it, putting the vinyl and everything, and we had like 2 full days to celebrate there. And I think having my family come in for my graduation and also going to the show, as well as like friends visiting and seeing it, that was like a really nice moment to look and be like, we spent the last like 8 months, with our blood, sweat, and tears on this, literal blood, sweat, and tears. Like people sanding their fingers off and like cutting them. Yeah, no, for sure.
It's not easy, guys.
We make it look easy. That was really great. And even that show, like tonight, even though this will come out after the show, I'm presenting the project at the museum in Vancouver. So I think that project itself was like a really good, encompassing everything that I love.
Yeah, and one thing we do at Apologue is, instead of just inspiring people to to dream, and watching you and watching a lot of people here, people are getting inspired. You're so young and you're doing so many things. And one thing that I want to help them to do as well is to take action. So if someone there who is in high school, say when they're starting to apply for college, or someone that wants to go down the same path as you did, right? What are some advice that you can give them?
Some advice I would give is definitely, I think, putting a lot of value in building a community as like networking, not in the traditional sense of, not like how some people see when you meet someone they want to get something out of you, but more so as building people who have the same values as you, work ethic as you, dreams as you, and you can support each other, because I think it's really tough to do things on your own. And for example, I'm doing a project with my friend Dia, and she's a photographer, and I'm doing like the illustration and product execution. And even though I could do photography, it wouldn't be as good as how she would do it. Even though she could draw something and make it into the product, she can't do it, like it might not be as executed as I would. So working together, we can create something that neither of us could do alone. You kind of do need to take some little businessy kind of like mentalities of like networking, getting out there, helping other people, having a way for you, like having a way to express yourself. Another thing that I think is like super important is how luck plays in with what you do. Though a lot of stories you hear like, oh, it's pure luck, like it just so happens to be in the right moment at the right time. But I think like luck is just being prepared for the right moment. And so whatever you do, like just prepare for luck to happen. Luck kind of, it's easier for luck to greet you if you are ready for it. So say having a website ready with your portfolio work, with case studies and all the things that went into it. Maybe luck would be someone just so happened to come across your website and they're looking for someone exactly like you. But if you don't have your stuff out there, how can they find you, right? And just always be prepared earlier and just working really hard, so that definitely luck plays a huge role, but you need to work for luck.
And before we finish, you just want to open the floor. Any last words you want to say to our viewers?
Right.
Like we've said before, like sometimes if you have an idea, you can't imagine not doing it. You owe it to the world and to the idea to execute it, because I think ideas and great things that come to your head, they can choose someone else. They can choose someone else to execute it and make them a reality. But if you take that idea and like have this contract with them and just do it, seeing as ideas as an entity, just go and do that thing for sure.
Perfect. So thank you once again, Lisa, for being here and sharing your inspirational story. I'm really proud of you. And
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, please. Yeah, and yeah, I think you're doing super awesome things, and I think you keep going up. And don't forget to be happy and take a step back sometimes when you look at what you've done.
For sure.
And I hope your experience today really gave you an opportunity to reflect on what you've done. And I think you're super proud.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So once again, my name is James Lau. Thank you for watching Apologue, the platform helping you challenge mediocrity one story at a time. Hopefully you learned something from Lisa today, and make sure you check out her upcoming event. More details will be in the description. Until the next one, my name is James Lau, and this is Apologue.